Kerwin was already a local legend when I showed up in '99. In fact, I worked with him my first summer here in '99 in lift maintenance. I was a laborer, and he was actually my neighbor, so we carpooled a lot before I joined patrol for that '99-2000 season. Kerwin was my double night duty buddy many New Years in a row. We had this pattern where he and I would work chair 6 during large storm events, and inevitably would go from like working New Year's Eve to try to have New Year's Eve off, and then a big old Sierra storm would roll through and pin us in the chair 6 shack. And ironically, it didn't happen once, it happened multiple times. And some quality time spent with Kerwin in the middle of the night, working with lift maintenance at the bottom, bumping the lift, and literally hammering frozen water off the grips as they came into the terminal. So fond memories of good times. Kerr Dog, always good seeing you. You're positive, smiling, can-do attitude. Sure is fun to be around. Your experience here at Kirkwood has made it a better place for all of us, so thank you.
Kerwin I've known since 1990 when I first came to Kirkwood. He's one of the first people I met at Kirkwood. I have lots of stories about Kerwin, but mostly Kerwin's always smiles, says hello, and I'm always happy to see Kerwin. So Kerwin, I'm glad you came back from North Dakota, and keep coming back. We like having you here. Take it easy.
I've known Kerwin since 2009 when I started here as a humble parking attendant. Yeah, he was awesome ever since I knew him then. I didn't really get to know him as well though till probably a couple more years. Well, I think I'd like to talk about, Kerwin has some special ideas. We call them Kerventions, and he's got some Kerwinisms, some Kerr tactics, and maybe even some Kerr ideas. But we had a issue yesterday where the wire pulled out of the welder, and just, his concern about the equipment is, it really, it helps us focus on the equipment, and he really wants to have the equipment run properly, and we really appreciate having him in the shop. He's a hard worker, and he's just good to have around. Thank you, Kerwin, for all your help welding chains, welding my ramp, even though I didn't get to use it. I hope you have a wonderful dinner, and I hope you come back next year.
A friend of mine that grew up in Bakersfield, California, when he was in middle school, something like that, he moved to North Dakota. His dad was in service and stuff like that. And then when he was done with college, some of his buddies that he grew up with in Bakersfield were working here. So he came out here in '86, and then he went back to North Dakota. I came out with him in '87, and unfortunately, in '91 he was killed. He hit a tree in that light snow year. So that was, but if it weren't for Scott Hildery, I wouldn't be out here. So, yeah, that was kind of devastating for me. One of the tougher things that I've had to go through. So that's how I got out here, long story short. Well, when I was in lift operations or in lift maintenance, it was having some epic powder days. One of the ones I remember, skiing Eagle Bowl, and the snow was like up to this deep. You could barely go down. That was one of the more awesome times. It was pretty cool. Unfortunately, don't get much of that, but that's what we're, here skiing for. So, but that was up there, pretty nice. I let my bosses know my dad's health is failing, so Mom and the family have requested that I go support them. So at this point, year 31 will be possibly it for me at this venture, unfortunately, but gotta do what I gotta do, spending time with family. And now we're in a relationship with a gal in Bismarck, North Dakota. It's kind of tough having a long distance 1,400-mile relationship. So I still have a house in town, looking for roommates and see how that goes. So, but I've Things have sure changed in the 31 years I've been here, because like chair 4 was a double chair, chair 6 was a double chair, chair 7 was a fixed grip triple, so things have changed. There was no houses in the East Meadow at all, and of course the lodge and all that area, there was nothing there. So it's changed a little bit. So it's cool to have the Vail Corporation, us one of the key resorts for that, because a few years ago, of course, we were, okay, what's we gonna do with Kirkwood? So it's kind of nice having a respectable, awesome corporation to be a part of. So I'm proud of that. So looking forward to my lifetime pass, because I heard we get that after 25 years, so I can ski around the country and after I'm able to retire. So that's about it. So thank you.